At first glance, Gnomestead Hollow in Carroll County may seem ordinary enough, but step inside Matt WEISS's blue-covered grow house and you'll soon see that there's many fungus among us, and many of them grow to be humongous, at least as far as mushrooms are concerned. He grows everything from reishi to lion's mane to gourmet mushrooms that he sells at local farmers markets and restaurants. He leads a local mushroom identification group on Facebook and also teaches at Virginia Tech, looking for new applications for mushroom byproduct.
Here at Virginia Tech, I am basically looking at taking the waste streams of agriculture and of forestry and plant-based manufacturing and using the mycelium, the vegetative part of the mushroom, to aggregate and to partially digest these materials to create composites. And these composites can be used for things like biodegradable packaging, for insulation, for acoustic panels, biodegradable planter pots, a number of different applications.
Mushrooms are unique in that they have their own biological kingdom. They aren't a fruit and they aren't vegetables, and they're similar to mammals in that they respirate the same way mammals do. They take oxygen in and release carbon dioxide. That's the opposite of what plants do. Mushrooms, and specifically mycelium, the vegetative part of the fungus, is also a great source of protein. According to WEISS, they're the only other source of vitamin D besides sunlight that humans can consume naturally. Over the years since he's been growing in Virginia, WEISS has seen mushroom culture catch on in a big way in the Old Dominion.
It has really exploded, I would say, especially over the course of the past 5 years. So I moved from the Pacific Northwest to Virginia back in 2014 to the New River Valley. And there was a much bigger and kind of prominent mushroom culture in the Pacific Northwest. And so moving here, we were kind of in the infancy of these burgeoning gourmet mushroom farms. Now, I mean, they're popping up, literally like mushrooms all over the place.
Mushrooms, or at least the components that create them, are used in all kinds of ways. Many are therapeutics, such as reishi. They promote liver and kidney health and stimulate the immune system. Another edible treat are blue oysters. Despite their unusual name, they're quite tasty. Then there's lion's mane, which look unlike any other mushroom. Katie Schofield grows mushrooms with her husband Paul in Dinwiddie County and uses lion's mane mushrooms as a substitute for crab.
So I'm allergic to crab, and we grow lion's mane, which has the seafood flavor to it, and making an imitation crab meat dish I think it tastes better than actual crab.
One thing that's clear about mushrooms is that people who get into mushrooms really get into them. There are no fair weather mushroom growers. You're either not all that invested, or if you're an enthusiast, you go all the way down the rabbit hole.
Well, one, they're beautiful. I mean, I think I have 1,000 pictures of the same mushroom on my phone. Like every time I come down here, I take my camera and I take pictures. And you go through your phone, you're like, I've already taken that picture like 1,000 times. So there's that, and then I feel like there's also that mystical thing, like fairies, and you're in the forest and the kingdom. So it has that sort of mindset when you start looking at them.
Once you catch the myco bug, it really is kind of a rabbit hole. I mean, fungi are already super mysterious organisms. Here in the Blue Ridge, we have more fungal biodiversity than just about anywhere else in the United States. So I think, students learning about these mycomaterials is, I think, it's great as far as moving toward a circular economy and sustainability, but actually seeing the mushrooms that fruit and these organisms emerge so quickly, which is the fruiting body or the mushroom, really kind of, it just entrances people. They start growing their own mushrooms shortly thereafter.
But growers like WEISS and Schofield stress you should have an expert look over a mushroom before eating it, because some can be deadly. Newbies should go out with a certified forager or mycologist before eating wild mushrooms. Besides tasting good and providing health benefits, mushrooms play an important role in our world's ecology. Fungi digest all kinds of biological matter and continue to astonish even seasoned experts.
Seemingly limitless potential for them to digest any kind of plant waste that's consistent of lignin and cellulose, which are basically the natural polymers that are in just about in all plants. I'd say with the exception of really resinous conifer trees, most plant biomass, it seems there's a fungus out there that will digest it. And part of my research also at Virginia Tech is in exploring what actually are some of the most optimal growth mediums or plant residues that could be feedstocks for mushroom cultivation.
Whether you just like to eat them or you plan on joining the growing ranks of mushroom cultivators, it's clear there are fellow fungi fans who are glad to be part of your journey. In Carroll County, Virginia, I'm Burke Moeller reporting.